Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. It's Mayor Jimmy Day. We're going to meet the dog mayor, and guess what? Tabitha is coming with us. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, she says, how do I look? It's been a while since I've been out in public like this. I'm kind of nervous. Who the hell is this? I do not recognize this woman. Excuse me, Miss Scarlet. Can I help you? What the hell do you think you're doing down here, grinning like a buffoon, while my Becca is trapped in your mine? Oh. What exactly are you doing to try and dig her out? I don't see you lifting any rocks. What? I've got my guys working around the clock to get her out of there. I don't see what me running a couple of errands in the morning has to do with... I don't want to hear it. You should be up there right along with them. It's your damn fault she even managed to get in there. Why wasn't the entrance more secure? You are asking for something like this to happen. Whatever happens, I will be pressing charges. Do you want involuntary manslaughter to be one of them? Or do you want to get your ass moving? Her daughter is not trash. But... what did I do? I right-clicked. I don't want to save. Okay. She's doing everything she can. Lay off. Yeah, what legal grounds do you think you even have? There are signs, the place is boarded up. I did my legal duty, and you don't have a leg to stand on, so don't try to threaten me. I'll find a lawyer who knows how to nail you for everything you're worth, mark my words. Those are children in there. How can you be concerned with anything but their well-being, you heartless cow? If anything at all has happened to my baby in there, you better be scared as hell for what's going to happen to you and your precious family business. The Scarlets have sat up in their big comfy castle for too long. It's time somebody took you people down for the reckless way you run this place. The woman storms off just as quickly as she stormed in. God damn it, she's right. I can't just hang around town the day after something like that. It doesn't look right. Oh no! She's not coming with us after all? Oh, that's so sad. I should be up there, even if it's just to oversee what's going on. If I'm supposed to run this place, I've got to get my head in the game. I can't slip up like this again. Tabitha sighs, straightening up. Her scowl returns. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you at the library tonight. At least she's still coming ghost hunting. Oh, I would have loved to see her with Mayor Jimmy. That's really sad. And of course, I feel bad for Becca's mom. Becca did get herself into trouble, but she has the right to be upset. Tabitha's taking as much responsibility as she can, and it's the right thing for her to do. Your cousin turns and heads back to her car, leaving you alone on Main Street. Alright, let's go to the library. You enter the library alone. It's busier than usual, and a small crowd has formed in a corner of the main foyer. Hey, Diana! I half expected you to finally skip town. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Diana to the mayor for, the entire time I've known her. It'll be worth it, trust us. Alright, shall we? Yep, he's a dog. You can tell this dog is a mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And look, there are pictures of all the other dog mayors on the wall. They're wearing their little suits. Oh, it's so funny. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. The mayor's little nose starts twitching as you approach. His doggy eyes shine with curious intensity. What have you got? You've got something wet and nutty. Alright, I gave him the peanuts last time, but this time we're going to keep them to yourself. Your hand instinctively covering them in a defensive posture. You're leaving this town the same way you entered it, with your increasingly pungent companion at your side. Good morning, citizen. I don't believe we've met. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You take his little paw in your hand, but the burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking. Only head pats and ear scratches allowed. He's Officer Franklin. Why is he security goon now? We know that he's Officer Franklin. I must apologize for my security detail. He has my best interests at heart, but he can be a little gruff at times. Let's not bother the police. Or tell him he's a lowlife. She really does hate him. Oh my god, look at that face. Look at that face! That's how our dog Madigan looks at us when we leave her in the crate for too long. And let's not... We're doomed, aren't we? Doomed? No way, not while we're on the case. Scarlet Hollow has lasted since at least the early 1900s with the dog in its highest seat of power, so I don't think that's what'll make or break things. Maybe a dog mare is good luck, who knows. If you're here about the pet disappearances, I've been made aware of the situation. Yeah, because of the ditchlings. But what do you expect me to do about it? It's autumn. That's tourist season in Scarlet Hollow. I can't turn away the lifeblood of this town, not with the mine faltering the way it is. There was a mine collapse yesterday. We don't need any more news of disaster coming out of Scarlet Hollow. Do you understand? People are watching, don't be too suspicious. But I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. I know everyone's gonna think I'm crazy, but honestly, these aren't the people whose opinions I care about. In this playthrough, at least. So, he is very well spoken. But, so you know there are monsters laying? No, how do you know what's going on? I'm the mayor. I keep up to date with what's going on among my constituents. And while it's important that there seems to be something unfortunate, that there seems to be something amiss in Scarlet Hollow, I'm a pillar of this community. I need to present myself as strong, calm, and collected in the face of danger. Otherwise, it might cause a panic. And nobody wants that, right? I've heard just about enough from you, Jimmy. Look at you putting on a show in front of all your adoring fans while the dogs of this town are snatched up by monsters in the woods, hoping the humans will clean it all up for you. When are you finally going to do something meaningful for the hairier citizens of Scarlet Hollow? Now, Miss Gretchen, there's no need. Scraps never would have let those things prowl the woods for so long. And yet you sit back, waiting for the humans to notice, and letting more innocent dogs suffer. You know I almost lost my life to those things the other night, and my goodness, haven't you heard about poor Duke? Now, Gretchen, a lot of those were old dogs. It's fair of me to assume they simply went to the big farm upstate. Don't you dare talk to me about old dogs. I guess every politician is corrupt and cowardly, even the actual dogs. Stella, your dog is yelling at the mayor. Scraps would have been out in those woods at the first sign of trouble, tearing out the throats of any creatures who dared threaten the dogs of Scarlet Hollow. Yet here he is, posing for the little rectangles, like nothing is wrong in this town. The little rectangles? You mean these, Gretchen? You mean these? Oh my god, this is so funny. This game can be so freaking funny when it wants to be. Oh my god. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Hey, whoa, Gretchen. Calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Alright, tea time. I needed a sip. Mr. Franklin, I think now's a good time to dispose of this riffraff. But did Franklin understand him? Did Franklin understand him? Miss Richmond, I'm going to have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, still struggling to hold Gretchen as she shouts insults back at Jimmy. Okay, maybe he didn't understand Jimmy. He just saw that Gretchen was raising a fuss and was like, she needs to go. Ingrate, ne'er-do-well, you dog! Kanika is quick to follow. Okay, that scene was delightful. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. There is Estelle and Kanika, and there's Gretchen's little butt. That's so funny. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? Can you understand them? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Diana? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Let's not kid ourselves. We both know Pearl Ann is in hell. Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. Most people are good deep down inside. It's best not to speak ill of the dead. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. Should we freak him out talking about... Do you know anything about ghosts? Let's ask him. I should mention that when you have mystical as one of your traits, you immediately get you feel a strong dislike for Pastor Daniel the moment you meet him. Like there's this aura that comes off him that you're only able to detect if you're mystical. That is worth mentioning. Do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is this about Pearl Ann? Or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? I think we need an exorcism. Oscar's house is haunted and we're investigating tonight. Oh, like a Scooby-Doo episode or something? I'm afraid I don't buy into that particular notion. It's a bit too spiritualist. Now, if it were a vision of one of his parents trying to contact him from heaven, I could understand that. But I simply don't believe in malicious spirits lingering neither in heaven nor hell, jumping out of closets to scare us. Well, you should believe. It is real and it is happening. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for whatever it is he saw. Can we really have him come ghost hunting with us? There were ghosts in the mines last night. Can we ask him to come ghost hunting with us? That could be fun, but I don't know. I don't know him well enough at this point. There were ghosts in the mines last night. Really? Are you sure you weren't just seeing something normal? Trauma has funny ways of manifesting itself. I don't care if this guy knows I can talk to animals. Gretchen says she didn't vote for the mayor. That made him stop smiling. The pastor goes quiet for a second, his face suddenly white as a sheet. The smile fades from his face as he stares at you intently, studying your expression. You too? He can talk to animals. He glances to either side before continuing. I thought I was the only one. Please, come visit me at the church soon. Seems like we might have a lot to talk about. Daniel, do your alpacas talk to you? Are we gonna have a group conversation with the alpacas? Oh my god. I was not expecting that. Oh, that's fun. That is an interesting turn. He hurries off, suddenly quiet and serious. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Oh my god, this episode is a delight, despite what happened with Tabitha. You find them already talking to Oscar deeper into the library. Are you sure we just can't get it over with while the sun is up? I don't know if I can handle getting scared shitless in the dark 2 nights in a row. I wish we could, especially since I'm not particularly excited about going back in there after dark either, but I'm pretty sure it only comes out when the sun is down. Yeah, there's no way I'm going in until that spirit is at full power. I want to be sure we get the best evidence possible. This could be my one shot to get real proof of ghosts. I'm not going to waste it just because I'm impatient. Y'all are going to be the death of me. And you're sure there's nothing we can do for Rosalina right now? I don't think so. She's been locked up in the back room all day. Hasn't been very interested in talking to anyone. I think the best we can do is stick to the plan, ghost bust the house clean, and give her a real bed to sleep in tonight. I just hope it's possible to get rid of this thing. This is a pretty serious ghost infestation. Is that what you call something like this? I believe it's called a haunting, but ghost infestation also sounds good. I suppose we're the ghost hunters, so we can call it whatever we want. Anyways, I'll be bringing all the ghost hunting supplies anyone could ever need, so we should be set on preparations. The only thing y'all need to bring is an open mind. Don't worry, Oscar, we'll fix this. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever this is, we'll get to the bottom of it. Tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Well, if we're not doing the hunt now, I guess we should head over to Reese's? Yes, let's. Absolutely. Come on, Diana. Time to go bother our friend. I'm gonna get back to it. See y'all tonight. Time to go. So, about the mayor. You should vote for Scraps next election. That's who Gretchen supports. He's corrupt. I don't think he's corrupt. He's just out of touch. You should vote for Scraps next election. That's who Gretchen supports. Wait, how do you know about Scraps? Can you actually talk to animals? I've always liked Scraps. Gretchen's got good taste. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. I think he comes off as a little weird because he shares my gift. I mean, that's obviously the case, but I'm not going to say that. Everyone should be... I think that his vibes were bad, but I don't know. His vibes are strange. He and Janie do keep trying to make me go to church, but Diana seems to be into it. I mean, he does share a gift. I'm just gonna say everyone should be nicer to him. He seems like a good man. Sometimes you gotta trust your gut. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. He's not normal. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Oh, before I forget, I invited Tabitha to come ghost hunting. You invited her? Even after last night? She didn't do anything wrong last night. I mean, if anything, I thought she was actually pretty helpful, yeah. Stella, last night was a disaster. For all we know, Tabitha just escalated things. Kanika sighs. Well, you weren't in the thick of it with us. Stella was there, you were not. So, Kanika, don't talk about her escalating things. You don't know. Alright, it happened. Let's not get into it. If we're lucky, she'll be too busy at the mines to even show. Don't say that, Neeks. If we're lucky, she will show, and the two of you will finally get along. Alright, we're gonna head to Reese's now. Oh, There's actually stress involved in this because now I don't want to screw up. I have my romanceable character in sight, and I don't want to screw up by saying anything that's gonna make him hate me. Alright, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. You once again find yourself in front of the Kelly residence. A cold hesitation grips you as the building's history looms over you from the hilltop. A refurbished Civil War hospital and tuberculosis clinic would be a strange and difficult place to live in during the best of times. You can only imagine the challenges of living there with a severe chronic illness. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hi! Hi there, Reese. How are you doing? Hey. Reese! Oh my god, dude. It's been ages. You must be Diana, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I get all the Diana updates. My goodness gracious, there's something that smells terribly off about that boy. Get away from my Stella, you fiend! Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella. And you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy-chewed dog jerky stashed away. The gall, the gumption. This is a violation of my rights. It kind of is. You're not supposed to leave a dog alone in a car, but... Oh well, Dr. Kelly's scary. She's too scary for us not to leave the dog in the car. Dr. Kelly said so. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. You keep her safe from that monster, Diana, you hear? You don't let a feather of harm fall on my darling Stella. Well, what about you, Diana? Are you coming in? Okay, we're not going to address the fact that Gretchen doesn't like Reese. I mean, I know what's up with that, and it doesn't bother me. Let's come in. Oh, sure. Let's go in without Kanika and Stella. Oh, they aren't far behind me. Okay. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven, and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you wandered into a real estate showing. So how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the dinner rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner, and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. You still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool. We'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Hold on a gosh darn diddly second. I think I see a ditchling? And I think that looks like Wayne, doesn't it? This one? Reese, what do you know? What do you know, Reese? Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately, haven't been cleaning much. Okay, there's a lot to talk about. So has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she's told me about what you guys have found out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for. And I appreciate the effort, really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we're talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? Any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Okay, so he has seen them. So that would make sense why he drew one. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are going to be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Oh, look at his little smile. He's so cute. I know he's a little weird, but I like it. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not. But it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone, or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, that guy who's been following Diana around, being all ominous? Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Alright. Should I... Which would he be... Which would be better for romancing him? Telling him that his mom looks out for you, or telling him that his mom is scary? I mean, by the end of the game, his opinion on his own mother is not going to be very good, but I don't think it's that bad right now. Your mom really looks out for you. That's one way to look at it, I guess. It's possible she's gotten a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out. It used to be something she thought she could fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's just something we have to manage. But even if she is a little harsh, she means well. It's like you said, she's just looking out for me. Okay, we get the option to flirt. I know you think you need her, but there's plenty of people out there who'd love to dote on you. I wouldn't want to be a burden on anyone else. Wow, you don't waste any time, do you, Diana? I thought it was sweet. I thought it was kind of sweet too. Yes! Points! Anyways, did you know she turned us away yesterday? She said we couldn't even talk to you. You came by yesterday? She didn't tell me, but I was probably asleep, that's all. Are you sure it's not just that I did something wrong and she'd never forgotten it and will hold it against me until the day I die? Oh my god. Kanika is so me-core. That's how I feel whenever someone is a little harsh around me. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Why do they hate me? Actually, Kanika, I think she admires you. She says you have a good work ethic, and she has a lot of respect for people like that. Really? She really said that? Whoa. Then I can't imagine how mean she must be to the people she doesn't like. I think she's usually nicer to them. That's how you know you've really messed up. What about me? Does she say things about me? Do you want to know? Well, when you say it like that, no. I'll just keep imagining us as very good friends. Your whole situation's gotta be rough, sorry. Thanks, but I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is gonna be. You're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time, no one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So, I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll end up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Dang, Reese. I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Oh my god, Stella. I don't think you're gonna heal them with friendship. Thanks, guys. But you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. Should we be all macabre and buddy-buddy with him? Or what's your diagnosis? We won't say surely there's something they can do. True, we'll all join the worms one day. We just gotta make the best of what we got. Diana gets me. This is a cat I can jive with. Nice. Stella, maybe it was a mistake to get these two together. Your art. Real Goya Black Period vibes with a healthy dose of Beksinski. I don't know who that is. I can see Goya. Goya is, Saturn devouring his son, right? I definitely see that. Oh, he liked that. Thank you, I think. Yes, that's a good thing. Then thank you. I really appreciate it. To be honest, I don't know much about art history. It's not exactly a popular subject in tiny K-12 rural schools, so my arts education was lacking. I'm working in the dark as far as influence. And you're doing great, man. You know, you could gain a real following if you ever posted these online, just saying. Nah, I think I'm okay sticking to sparsely populated late-night live streams. That's all the social media I can handle. I don't know how you do it, Stella, having to exist in front of all those people all the time. Knowing some version of you lives in their heads, knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. Okay, but if the only time you ever put your art on display is a live stream during ghoul hours, when am I going to be able to see what you've been working on? You're here right now, aren't you, Kanika? Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. And maybe they'll be worth millions since I'll be dead. I'd be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life value. That's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any recs? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shino-Chi, Deathblood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Dang. I would usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. We'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night, same goes for Diana. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K-12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks, and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not like we were free from dealing from jerks, like a certain Scarlet I can name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. She did say you smelled funny. Same here. Though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Okay, this is a romantic option. If you need someone to pose for your paintings this week... Oh, he blushed a little. That would be incredible. Though I should warn you, I work odd hours. I don't usually pick up a brush until late at night. But if that's not a deal breaker, it would be great to use a model other than myself and to have some company. I don't think he can, but let's ask. Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. Yeah, it'd be great to have you along. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs at the dinner table. Sure thing, Doc. Go wash your hands. No use saying anything here. It's probably best to just silently comply. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. Oh my god! Is that a picture of Dr. Kelly and Reese? Reese is a baby. Oh my god! That's so cute. Oh, there are horrible sounds coming from the door. I probably shouldn't be gushing about cute baby pictures. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it, something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Oh, and it goes on forever. And there is no other option than open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hands, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? Well? Nothing? Then do nothing elsewhere. I didn't give you permission to go snooping around my house. Come on, get washed up. Everyone's waiting on you. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. She's the town doctor. This dinner might be a good opportunity to question her about recent events. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. Have you heard of factitious disorder? Of course I have. I went to medical school. What's factitious disorder? Silence falls over the dinner table. It's where someone pretends to be sick or makes themselves sick on purpose, or does it to someone else. Oh, I thought it was called Munchausen syndrome. Oh. Great dinner rolls, Dr. Kelly. I didn't make them, I just put them in the oven. The silence returns. Seconds feel drawn out like minutes. Aside from Reese's mom staring down the table, nobody is making eye contact with anyone else. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill, honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. Well, I didn't ask what he has. Do you think Reese might feel better if he got to see people more often? No. I'm his doctor and his mother. You are someone who met him for the first time less than half an hour ago. One of us is a little more qualified to make decisions about his life. Well, I got news for you, Dr. Kelly. I'm the one making the decisions here. I'm the one with the mouse in my hand. I'm the one who makes this thing go, who makes this thing click. I'm the one who makes the decisions about Reese. Don't you talk to me about that. You know, Doc, I feel pretty okay. I mean, as okay as I usually do, so still kind of shitty. But I don't think having people over has been as rough on my health as you thought it might be. It's been really nice. Hear that? Reese can hang out with friends again. If you're still feeling okay after dinner, maybe you can even come ghost hunting with... Ow! Jeez, Kanika, what was that for? Don't push it, Stella. Just say that next time instead of kicking me. Your boots are heavy. Sorry, Dr. Kelly, we're totally respectful of Reese's boundaries, even though they might seem a little arbitrary and strict. They're not arbitrary. These rules are in place for good reason. Tell me how great you feel in an hour when the exhaustion catches up to you, Reese. You'll be knocked out all evening and regretting every minute of this, let me assure you. As if I would regret being able to see other people for the first time in months. I don't care what happens, it was worth it. The more you talk, the less you feel like you're having a conversation, and the more you feel like you're treading on eggshells. Have the police contacted you about Duke's body yet? Last I heard, they still haven't found it. Body? I was under the impression he was just missing. No, Duke, he definitely died. I saw the footage. And I saw it for myself in person. So did Diana. He's not missing. How the hell did that happen? Stella said it was those things in the woods, the ditchlings. They made a misfire. Ditchlings? Oh, I see. This was for one of your videos, huh? Reese, you should know better than to lend any credence to Cristella's little cryptozoology stories. I don't doubt that something happened to him, but I'm sure there were no little ghouls involved. I've seen them, Mom. Outside my windows at night. They're real. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a kid. I might be sick, but I'm still capable of reason, okay? Are you sure they aren't just raccoons, or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's weird shit going on in Scarlet Hollow. The tension at the dinner table reaches a breaking point. Alright, that's enough. Dr. Kelly is interrupted by Reese before she can finish her thought. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Diana is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie talk. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it, I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone, get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that. And he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave. Please. Okay, so it seems to me like I kind of forgot that the dialogue options you have to explore with Dr. Kelly at the dinner table is limited. Like, you only get to say a certain number of things before she cuts you off and Reese gets his stomach ache or whatever. And I made the same mistake I kind of made last time, just kind of going in order. So, yeah, next time I'm going to have to switch it up a little bit. Don't think I don't know something is up here. I don't care what you think. I just want you out so I can take care of my son. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Do you really think Reese's mom is poisoning him? If she is, I swear to God. She wouldn't. That's just so horrible. Who could do something like that to their own kid and for so long? Maybe it cut off short because I mentioned factitious disorder. Maybe that made her patience a little shorter. I don't actually remember what I talked to her about last time. Or how much. So I'm not entirely sure. But I was like, I didn't say the thing. Like, you can mention it by name with Booksmart, but even then you can be like, I watched a documentary about someone poisoning their kid. Isn't that interesting? Like, that's something you can ask. I didn't ask that last time because I thought it would be rude. I don't know. Maybe that made the dinner shorter or something. No, there's no way. Y'all are barking up the wrong tree. It seems far-fetched, and it's definitely rare, but I don't think we can rule it out. Something weird happened when I went to wash my hands. It was like I was forced to try and break into the clinic. Forced how? It was like something was making me go there. I wonder, was it like that carving in the pit last night? Before you had that seizure, it was kind of like you were hypnotized. I wasn't there, but I guess I'll take your word on it. Hypnotism seems like a step up from what we've been dealing with, though. I mean, I don't know. A lot happened last night, but the whole thing was very trance-like. I guess it was kind of similar. What if there's another carving in there? That'd be so weird. If there is, I wonder if it'd give you another vision. Maybe those things have something to do with the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Diana got. There's something seriously wrong with that dynamic. That's probably the understatement of the week. This whole thing is fishy. I'm starting to feel my fear of Dr. Kelly is a little more justified than I thought. She's just overprotective. I'm sure that's all that's going on. And she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick. But it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting, and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Alright, here we are at the library. And this is where we are going to end this episode. Oh, ditchling, right over there. Ditchling spotted. More ditchlings. Ditchlings over here too. Oh my god, I think something bad might be about to happen at the library. Oh hey, and there's Wayne. Hey Wayne. Yeah, but we're going to see what is going on in the library. It's your little ghost hunting adventure in the next episode. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Scarlet Hollow.